Now that you're in menopause or perimenopause, why are you suddenly struggling with UTIs? Here's why. In this phase of life, we become relatively low thyroid. This is relatively speaking to all the other stages of life since the time that you hit puberty. And here's why. As estrogen levels start to fall during the perimenopause menopause transition, this impacts the circulating levels of a protein known as thyroid binding globulin. This protein actually binds thyroid hormone, both T3 and T4 thyroid hormone, and acts as a buffer to release these thyroid hormones as the body needs them on any given day. Well, as estrogen levels start to fall, levels of thyroid binding globulin start to fall as well. And so you lose that buffering capacity. And thyroid hormone is profoundly impactful to how your body uses cortisol, expresses cortisol, and also how your body uses insulin. So as you enter this relative low thyroid state, and once again, this is just compared to you during your reproductive years, what happens is you see insulin resistance rise. And what this is this is where your body cannot meet energy demands by converting carbohydrates into energy. And each and every one of us are like, first of all, carbohydrates are the preferred fuel source for anybody. And second of all, you have a very distinct ratio of how your body prefers to break down carbohydrates, fats, and also proteins, very minimally, to meet energy demands. And regardless, carbohydrates is always the preferred source. Like it's the majority, it meets the majority of energy demands for all of us. But during this phase where we are insulin resistant, because thyroid hormone levels have fallen, then what this does is actually requires the body to turn to fats to meet energy demands. And this is unhealthy when that ratio of fats to carbohydrates is unhealthy for you. What happens is you start to express too many ketones for your body in your urine. Now, why is this a problem? Ketones cause urinary urgency and burning while peeing. Why? Because they irritate the bladder lining, causing urinary urgency, because they irritate the urethra lining, causing burning while peeing. They aren't that soluble in water, so they cause cloudy urine, and they smell weird, causing that weird smelling acetone-like pee, nail polish remover smelling pee, weird, sickeningly sweet, fruity smelling pee. Does that resonate? In addition, when you are low thyroid, this also causes you to preferentially excrete more albumin, which is a different protein, in urine. Albumin, well, proteins of any sort aren't super soluble in urine. Okay. And when you excrete albumin in urine, this is often why you see white pee. So if that's been your experience, this is why. Now you may say, but wait a minute, that might explain the symptoms. But why am I seeing positive standard urine cultures? Here's why you're seeing positive standard urine cultures. When you are in this state where you are burning too much fats for fuel, like more fats than you're trying to meet energy demands with fats instead of carbs, and it's at a ratio that is not healthy for your body, then what happens is this alters the expression of urea and ammonia. These are both normal compounds found in urine. They're both antimicrobial. The altered expression of those alters pH of the urine, and it also alters the environment of the urine, making it more hospitable to bad bacteria. So this is why you're more likely to actually have a positive standard urine culture. When the fact of the matter is, this at the end of the day, the UTI is a symptom of an unhealthy body. It is the symptom of your body struggling to meet energy demands. Now, what can you do about this? Like if you've fallen into this vicious cycle of chronic UTI after chronic UTI and it seems like nothing is helping, or you get on the antibiotics and it seems like you're better. As long as you're on antibiotics, you're better, which there's a reason for that. Antibiotics actually play with your metabolism a lot and alter states of insulin resistance, insulin sensitivity quite a bit, depending on which antibiotic we're talking about. This is an article that I'm currently working on for Hormones Matter. Might take a little bit of time to release this particular one because there's a lot to unpack in that. But just know that most antibiotics actually alter your body's how responsive to insulin the cells of your body are. But this really isn't a viable long-term solution to stay on antibiotics forever or to constantly be in this antibiotic cycle followed by a UTI, followed by another antibiotic cycle over and over and over again. And eventually, what happens for a lot of women, which is quite unfortunate, is the standard urine cultures start coming back negative. And at this stage, lots of us fall down one of two paths. I mean, this is it. Like 100% of us fall down one of these two paths. One is you start chasing micro-infections. And then it's still this antibiotic round after antibiotic round, followed by relapses in UTI symptoms. The other path is you get diagnosed with interstitial cystitis. And this is really, this is really Western medicine's way of saying we don't know why you're experiencing UTI symptoms and we can't help you. So we're classifying you as kind of like idiopathic UTI symptoms. You have interstitial cystitis, which there's a whole lot of debate over. Is that an autoimmune condition? Is it this? Is it that? At the end of the day, it represents your body not being able to meet energy demands. It's as simple as that. So there's a third option. The third option is the UTI Freedom Formula. This is 14 days to discover why your body is struggling with UTI symptoms and how to break free of those symptoms. This is how do we restore proper metabolism? How do we support proper thyroid function? How do we ensure we don't have an underlying thyroid condition that really needs to be addressed? How do we ensure we aren't in some stage of adrenal fatigue, that we've got proper cortisol regulation throughout the day? How do we ensure that to stabilize insulin sensitivity within the body, which is what the cells need in order to properly use carbohydrates for fuel and meet the body's energy demands? For more information about the UTI Freedom Formula, click that link below. If you know someone that this video would help, share this with them. All right, until next time, bye.